And yep, and Vancouver will kick it to the London Knights. And we are underway from King Coast Stadium. And London will start their drive at the 25-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the London 25-yard line. Pickler throws, and that one is caught by Vancouver. And let's meet this London offense. Johnny Pickler is the quarterback. Robert Miller is the halfback. Fullback is the Hall of Famer Tavarius Bovine. Wide receivers are Terrence Reilly, Fox Hyman, and Vincalia. Benjamin's the tight end, and a plethora of tackles and guard the line. Anthony Anderson, Perrin Ibarra, Wallace DeMarville Jr., and Demetrius Farmer. As it's 2nd and 2 and a couple yards gained there by Merrill.
Nice job there by Merrill to get it up to a 3rd and 1. Should be pretty easy here for London to get the first down on the first drive of the game.
As Merrill brings it up to the 40-yard line, trying to get a tackle there, and he was brought down at the 26-yard line. That's where 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line in Vancouver for London.
Jeez there, Robert Merrill. You only needed 1 yard. You didn't need to go for, I think it's about 50 or 60 yards on that run. Huge gain there by London, and they're now setting it up within Vancouver's territory.
As it's 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line for London. Pickler in a shotgun formation. And that one is almost caught there, but out of the hands of Vincalia.
Oh, and if you're Vincalia, you got to be hitting yourself after that one. The end zone was right there. No one was going to stop him. He just needed to catch it. Unfortunately, he didn't. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, 2nd down and 10 from the 26-yard line for London. Pickler under center. Pickler throws in the flats to Merrill. Merrill will get a 4-yard gain of that. Let's meet this Vancouver defense. Akili Papatonis and Calvin Walmark are the defensive ends. Gerald Giuseppe is the defensive tackle. Josh Farnsey, Earl Fields the 4th, and Marquise Reed are the linebackers. Cornerbacks, Major Keem, Dean Mannix, Michael Listern are the cornerbacks, and the safeties, Mark Lopez, Will Stern, and Drew Hamilton. As Pickler throws it, and that one is caught as doing a toe drag sway there is Vincalia.
Calia getting right underneath the defense, getting enough yards to move the chains. And now London is at almost a 1st and goal sort of situation on the 13.
Yeah, 1st and 10 at the 13 for London here. Opening drive for the Knights. Pro set formation here with Pickler under center. Pickler fakes once, throws to the sideline and losing a yard. Trying to do a toast, catching the ball is Bovine.
Yeah, Tiberius Bovine, the fullback, was probably just led a little bit too far by Pickler, and had he had a few more yards to turn upfield, it looked like he could have gotten at least 3 or 4. He had the room in front of him.
Yeah, you had the room. You just got to go forward and not backward. Loss of a yard there on the toe tag side there by Bovine. I formation. Pickler with the throw in the flats to Merrill, and Merrill will Missed tacklers, and he goes all the way in the end zone. Touchdown, London Knights.
And London evading it to the outside, and now they're up 6-0 to start this ball game. And Vancouver's defense were trying to bend and bend and bend. This time, however, they broke on that block. That block right there was when the defense broke. And London's looking to take a 7-0 lead.
Yes, 7 as a TJ Delaney kick will be upcoming here on the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and it's 7-0 London. And if you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game all into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, where we put the fan in fantasy. As Blackwell's back to receive the Delaney kick. Kick is away. Blackwell waits at his 2-yard line as he receives the ball. And he will take it to the 22-yard line and lets me. This Vancouver Legion offense, Christian Brown's the quarterback, Robert Redford the halfback, Sawyer Stern the fullback, Justice Blackwell, Hector Huxley, Britt Killen, and Chris Curtis are the wide receivers. James Walters the tight end, and on the line at tackle and guard, Mike Coverson and Michael Percoco. First and 10 I formation for Vancouver at the 22. Handoff is to Redford, and Redford spins around, gets stopped at least at the line of scrimmage. They'll say he gained 2 yards on that play.
Tried to get to the outside, wasn't the room available, so he just got knocked down. Good defense there for London on the first down play.
Second and 8. Second and 8 from the 20. Second and 9 from the 23-yard line. Pro formation, 3 wide receivers to the top. Christian Brown looking to throw, but he is sacked behind the line.
That was something that
Cam Frosby. Yep, Frosby. I guess you could say he's the snowman.
Yeah, just simply overpowered the center. Came out of nowhere. Even I was kind of like taken aback. It was a Cam Frosby jump scare, if you will.
Yeah, as we're in a shotgun 5 wide receiver set. Brown looking to throw, and he throws it, and it is picked off. Bring all the way back to the 16-yard line is Brandon Ewing.
And the tip drill results in almost a pick 6 for London as it just falls right into the hands of Ewing. And look at all that green grass he had in front of him. 1 block more, and he probably could have gotten the 6. Now London is in the position to take a 2-possession lead early.
Yeah, early indeed, as it's 1st and 10 at the Vancouver 16. Pickler is under center. Pickler goes back to throw, and he throws, and that was caught. Once again, that's Fox Highwind there on the catch.
Yeah, Fox Highwind doing a nice little job of just creating that space over the middle. He got the first down, and now for London, it most likely will be 3 handoffs to Robert Merrill.
Yeah, let's see if it's 3 handoff or they surprise us with the pass here out of this I formation. Ball's at the 2. First one, and Merrill gets handed off to him, but he gets brought back to the 5-yard line. Major Key on the tackle.
Merrill did not see that one coming. He was trying to stretch it to the outside, get something in that way, but Major Key seals off the edge and forces him back 2 yards. And now London has just that much more to do.
London has a lot to do here. Another I formation set here for London. Second goal this time at the 5. Another handoff to Merrill. And Merrill is drugged by his ankles there. Only gains a yard, but no end zone.
Well, at least Merrill got back up to the line, and that's really all you can hope for in a situation like that. 3rd and goal from the 4. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if they see Pickler sling it out a little bit.
As we go into another I formation, this time it's offset. Pickler back to pass. He throws it. And that one is a touchdown, London.
Just the right around a room there.
Yeah, Highwind with the touchdown, and it's London already up 13, about to go 14-0.
Yeah, and it was a one-handed grab, too. Fox Highwind getting it done when it needs to be done, and now London up 14, potentially 14-0 over the Vancouver Legion.
As JT Delaney waits to kick the extra point. Snap and hold are good. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and it's 14-0. London on top.
And so far for London, through 3 possessions, it seemed to be that they have just dominated this ball game. You know, even with all the jet lag, this is one of the biggest distances that any 2 SFL teams have to cover to play each other. London still coming out strong.
As the JT Delaney kicks it away to Justice Blackwell at his 10-yard line. Pushes one man out of the way, but he gets all the way to the 29-yard line. And how about we meet the London defense? We already met Brandon Ewing. The rest of it looks like this. William Davison is the defensive, with Swinland Lane are the defensive end. Cam Frosby got a sack earlier as defensive tackle. Jeff Gagne, Tony Roberto, Telemac Scarborough, your linebackers. Quarterbacks, Jenner Hendricks, Brandon Ewing, and Emmanuel Blackman. And Anthony Weil and Jack Russell are your safeties. As Christian Brown gets the snap, he throws, and that one is caught. Getting that catch is the trustiest man, is Walters, the tight end.
James Walters using that size and strength to just bully his way to get that ball and get the first down. Nice job.
Yeah, I think Mike Daggs always says hashtag throw it to the tight end, and Christian Brown just did that. 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. Brown back to pass on the flats. This time it's caught by Robert Redford, and Redford gets pushed out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Seemed to be there that Robert Redford just kind of ran the wrong way. He had the blockers in front of him to turn upfield and possibly get a first down, but unfortunately for him, he just went the wrong direction, and it'll be just a gain of 3.
42-yard line, 2nd and 7. Pro set here for Vancouver. And off this time, Robert Redford, and Redford gets no dice at the line. Crosby and a bunch of others joining him as Lane will get the main tackle.
Simple stop right up the middle, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7 from the 42. Brown gets a snap, he throws it. And that one is caught. Running away is Chris Curtis all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Vancouver!
And that's the exact thing that the Legion needed to get right back into this ball game, Justin. A big play over the middle. And it was big enough as is. Could have gotten him into field goal range for a chance to win. But Chris Curtis, keeping the wheels turning, sheds 2 tacklers. And at that point, he's gone. Tutty, put the 6 on the board already.
Yeah. Chris Curtis made a house call to that end zone. And you were speaking of chance to win, but this time it's an extra point. As the twin kicks up, and it is good. A 4-play, 71-yard drive, a 58 to finish it off, 58-yard touchdown pass to Chris Curtis.
And that is exactly what Vancouver needed to get right back into the ball game. 7 points on the board for them, makes it a one-possession ball game again. Now, if they can just get a stop on this London offense, this game is right back to square one.
Kick from Twin is away to Weary from his end zone. And he will be stopped at the 21-yard line, and that's where London will start this next drive. First and 10 London at the 21. Offset I formation here. And off fist to Tiberius Bovine. And Bovine does the fullback dive and gets 3 yards out of it. Second and 7 coming up for London.
One of the most classic plays of football, the fullback dive. Does exactly what you expect it to do, keeps the offense on schedule.
Tiberius Bovine, as we all know, is the Hall of Famer. The only Hall of Famer in this game. Second and 7 from the 24-yard line. And off it's to Robert Merrill. Merrill gets met by Papatonis and his friend.
Yeah, it looks like it was Josh Farnsey coming in to help on the tackle as Achilles Papatonis does like the great ancient Greek warrior and just comes right on through and lays him out. And that brings up a 3rd and long.
3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Loss of the 3 yards that Bovine gained earlier. Pegler back to pass. He's back down and he is sacked behind the sack 3 yards. And that is Gerald Calvin Womack, I believe, on the sack.
Yeah, that is a huge stop here for this Vancouver defense. Exactly what the doctor ordered.
Oh, it was, okay, I corrected myself. Gerald Giudice there on the sack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, corrected by one of our great stats crew in the truck, Andy Hamilton and Aaron Gooden, as Justice Blackwell returns the punt to midfield. That'll be a 1st and 10 Vancouver. First and 10 at midfield. Brown in the pro set in a pro set under center. He's back to pass. He throws. And that one is caught by the man that got the touchdown, Chris Curtis.
Chris Curtis, 2 receptions, and they've been the 2 biggest plays for this Vancouver Legion offense this game so far, Justin. And look at this right here. Beats out the defender and gets the second guy to kind of turn around, kind of second guess where he's going on the route to the sideline, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down and get them to London's 30.
Wonder if Chris Curtis had a little bit of King's Coast coffee in the locker room before the game.
Nice sponsor plug, I gotta say.
1st and 10 of the London 30. Brown gets a snap. He throws, and that is incomplete. Looking for Waters there, but look like Skirma. Look like a bunch of London defenders there were there to break up the pass. 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line of London. Pro set formation here. Pass is caught by Justice Blackwell, and he will get a 6-yard gain out of that one. 3rd and 4 coming up.
Nice job to get the Legion offense back on schedule. 3rd and 4. There's a lot of plays in your playbook that can achieve this. Will be interesting to see what they try and do.
3rd and 4 from the 24-yard line of London. Brown goes back to pass. He throws in the flats to Robert Redford. Robert will get a first down. All the way down at the 11-yard line of London.
And that's exactly what Vancouver wanted. They only needed the 4 yards. They're going to get a lot more. And you can see on the sideline, Robert Redford, his teammates celebrating. And Vancouver runs this play a lot. They run the swing route. They send a tight end out there, James Walters, to block for him. And they get the first down. And depending on if there was an extra blocker out there, that would have been an easy 6.
Yeah, definitely. If you have more blockers there, you could get the easy 6, but it's 1st and 10. At the London 11-yard line, they can get a first down without getting a touchdown at the 2. Or exactly at the 1-yard line. I formation here, handoff to Robert Redford, and Redford gets dragged down, but he's getting 7 yards out of that carry, 2nd and 3.
Simple run up the middle there for Redford, gets 7 yards. And now for London, they kind of have to really start cracking down on defense, because if they fail here, this game's probably tied back up.
Yeah, as we go into an offset I formation. Stretch handoff to Robert Redford, and Robert Redford will go in the end zone. Touchdown, Vancouver.
And the easiest walk-in touchdown is going to bring this game to a 1-point spread. However, with a chance to win PAT, it'll most likely get tied right back up.
A 4-yard rush there to end a drive, a 50-yard, 6-play drive. Kick is up, and the kick is good, and it's 14 all square here in Vancouver.
Yep, we are tied up 14-14. After London got off to a quick start just before the end of the first quarter here, we're knotted up at 14 apiece. Basically, scores are back 0-0, Justin.
As Chance to Win kicks it off here. Terrence Weary back in his end zone to receive as he brings it out. It's by one man, but he can't get another. By a bunch of special teams players for Vancouver, and they will start the 19-yard line, 1st and 10 for this third drive of the game. First and 10 at the 19-yard line for London. Knights in an I formation here. And off is to Robert Merrill. Merrill gets met behind the line. First man there once again is Papatonis.
And Achilles Papatonis has been devouring the London backfield throughout this game so far. His 2nd tackle for loss on Robert Merrill. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter here at Kings Coast Stadium. 14-14 Legion and the Knights are all tied. We will be right back after this. You're watching the Simulation Football presented by APA Music on RD Sports. Back on RD Sports here in Vancouver, British Columbia. Justin Reside, Jack Brown on the call. Andy Hamilton and Aaron Gooden doing the stats and producing as always. Cameron Irvine as that one, as that pass is caught by Benji Matson, and Matson will get a 3rd and 6.
Matson, who was laying on the dad jokes thick before the game started, came out and laid it down thick on the defense there. A huge gain to make it 3rd and manageable.
3rd and 5 at the 24-yard line of London. Pickler back to throw, and that is incomplete. Major Key with the hand up.
Key was lucky there that he got the hand up before making the move on the receiver, or otherwise that would have been a dubious DPI.
Yeah, as we'll see London's punter, Shane O'Donnell, and Justice Blackwell is the returner for Vancouver.
Oh yeah, punter, I'm coming.
kick is away. Justice receives it about his 46-yard line before, or 42-yard line before he takes it to the 45-yard line. That's where Vancouver will start this drive. First and 10, ball at the 45-yard line of Vancouver. Brown under center in a pro formation. Brown's back to pass. He throws it. And that one is picked off. Anthony Wayo with the pickoff as he was defending Chris Curtis at the same time.
Christian Brown with a dot to the op as Wayo steps up and catches the bullet pass right from the air, looking like a receiver with those hands.
Yeah, catching the ball with those hands. First and 10 the other way, this time at the London 42-yard line. Flip the old 42s here. Single back formation. Buckler back to pass. He throws it. That one is caught and dropped. Kalia, the intended receiver.
Kalia, unfortunately, not able to hold on through two men hitting him. I mean, I don't know how else you really were supposed to hold on to that.
Second and 10 from the 42-yard line. There's a handoff to Merrill. Merrill gets grabbed as he was going forward. 1-yard gain.
And that'll be a tackle there by Fields. We're going to third down and 9.
Third down and 9 at the 43-yard line of London. Single back formation. Spiker goes back to throw it. And that one is caught at the Vancouver 36-yard line. Making a catch is Terrence Weary.
Weary able to get that little bit of space as Pickler finds him just in pretty much a perfect bridge between the two Legion defenders. And picks up the first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line deep in Vancouver territory. Heavy set I formation. Merrill gets the handoff and he spins around once. Gains about a couple of yards there, a gain of 5 before he's tackled by Papatonis.
Papatonis continuing to terrorize Robert Merrill's day. However, for London, a nice gain of 5 should continue moving it along.
Second and 5 at the 31. Pickler back to throw. He throws it. And that one is caught first. Stepping out of bounds, first down, Terrence Weary.
Weary with another first down, moving the chains as London answering well on this drive to 2 consecutive touchdowns from the Legion.
Yeah, 2 consecutive touchdowns as we see the other score down over in Canton, Ohio. It's 7-7 going into the second quarter here. First down and 10 at the 26-yard line. Handoff is to Merrill, and Merrill spins around and gets a gain of 8 before he's met there by Drew Hamilton.
Drew Hamilton, the free safety, coming in with a hard hit after the gain of 8 on the play. And now London, they're most definitely within field goal range. They can retake the lead here easily.
Second and 2 from the 18-yard line. Flicker back to throw. He throws it in the crowd. That one's caught. Did he cross the line? They say no. Yes, they do. They say Foxman was in the end zone. Touchdown, London.
And I'm surprised that Vancouver left that area of the field so wide open. You could tell they were kind of playing for a run or maybe a short pass. because they just left Highwind on the island. Hey, got the bars there all on his own. And he was able to squeak in as London retakes the lead.
As JT Delaney will come out for the extra point. An 16-yard pass play to complete a 58-yard drive for London. As the kick is up, and the kick from Delaney is good, and we have 21-14, London back in the lead. And the SFL network is coming to ESTV, the STV Plus app, 24/7. SFL programming will include content created by our community, the SFL's greatest games, from the archives, and exclusive network content and live SFL regular season games. Download the ESTV Plus app on your Android or iPhone, through your TV, through Roku, Amazon Fire, Vizio, and more. The SFL Network, where SFL creators come together. As Justice Blackwell will bring this ball up to the 27-yard line for a 1st and 10. Stack pack provided by Andy Hamilton and Aaron Gooden. First and 10 from the Vancouver 27-yard line. Handoff is to Redford, and Redford stop and go there, but a 4-yard gain nonetheless. Second and 6 from the 31-yard line of Vancouver. I formation heavy set here. Handoff once again to Robert Redford. Robert Redford gains about at least 4 yards, another 4 yards, and make it a 2nd and 2 from the Vancouver 25.
Simple as for the Legions, they're going to bring up 3rd and 2 on the 35. And yeah, I should expect a handoff to Redford here.
Another handoff to Redford, and Redford will bring it up to the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 Vancouver.
And they hand it off this time to the fullback, Sawyer Stern. I mentioned a while ago, it's the classic football play. The fullback dive works to perfection as Vancouver continues to move the ball.
Vancouver moving the ball. 110 yards. 6 for 9 for Christian Brown currently. As Brown is back to throw, he throws, and that one's caught by KB12. 7-yard gain for Brett Killian, and that'll be a 2nd and 3.
The Burger King strikes again, gaining a nice 7 yards in the out route.
Yeah, look at that quarterback rating for Christian Brown right now. Handoff is to Redford, and Redford drags himself, brings him down into London territory at the 43. 1st down and 10 for Vancouver.
Now you see, Justin, this is what we call an act of sheer force of will, where Robert Redford willed his way to get all those yards. He realistically was only going to get 1 or 2 as is. They just kept going. He kept moving, and he got the 1st down. Not much more you can really complain about.
Yeah, nothing to complain about. As it's 1st and 10, Robert Redford handoff down to the 37-yard line of Vancouver.
And Vancouver seems to be really abusing Robert Redford so far this drive. They're getting some decent passing plays out, but they're really hammering on Robert Redford to get the big yards.
Yeah, get the big yards indeed, as it's 2nd and 4 from the 37-yard line. And that one caught for a 1st down. Chris Curtis there on the catch.
Chris Curtis caught the ball and then immediately felt the hurt, but all that really matters is that he got the first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line of London. Pro set here. Brown gets a snap, throws it, and that one is caught getting out of bounds. For a 2nd and 4 is Justice Blackwell.
Blackwell mostly used on the return game here in Vancouver, but they are willing to throw it to him in regular play.
Second and 4 from the 26. As Bradford's brought back a couple yards there. That is Russell on the tackle for a tackle for loss.
Unfortunately, they tried to stretch it out, run a little halfback stretch play. Not enough to get to the outside. Now Vancouver, if they want to keep the scoring party going, they're going to need a big first down.
Big 3rd and 7 here. Pass is complete, but they believe they got yardage out of that. Beat K-12, but it's 4th down.
They got yardage out of it, but not enough. It's 4th and 3, and I expect Chance to win. Come out and kick to make this a 4-point ball game.
Chance to win, to line up a field goal here. Kicks up, and the kick is good, and it's from 41 yards out. 17-21. London leads Vancouver still.
And that is pretty much as simple as it comes there for Chance to win. Much like a lot of kickers here in the SFL, Justin, he has been automatic this year.
Yeah, automatic to win. I see he's set to kick this one off to Terrence Weary. As Weary will bring it back to the 25, 1st and 10 for London. 36 seconds to go before we hit the two. About 3:36 left to go here in the first half.
Yeah, Justin, and remember, Vancouver, they're going to receive the ball to start the second half here. So if they can get a stop and then even get another field goal, the ball is in their court.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line for London. Flat pass over to Robert Merrill. Merrill spins one way, but he gets stopped for a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3 coming up.
Nice little spin there by Robert Merrill to avoid the first defender. You know, a lot of spin moves here happen in the SFL, and that right there was pretty much textbook.
Yeah, textbook as textbook you can get. 2nd and 3 from the 32-yard line. This time a handoff to Merrill. Merrill gets bit behind the line. First man to green there was Fields the 4th.
And that is exactly what you like to see if you're a Legion fan, is that you're seeing them really clamp down when it needs to happen. Now, of course, the most important down of all when it comes to football, 3rd down. We'll see what they can do.
As that pass is complete to Fox Highwind at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 at the 46.
I'm honestly a little bit surprised that Drew Hamilton didn't bite down on that play. He saw it was right there. He saw Fox Highwind was in the area. Surprised he didn't react a little bit sooner. You know, because at this point you just need to cover it up so that the ball isn't caught. But now for Vancouver, they're going to need to make 3 more plays if they want the ball back.
Yeah, 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line for London. Pickler back to throw. He throws, and that one is caught. 1st down yardage. 2-minute warning here in Vancouver. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the SFL, presented by APM Music on Rare Drop Sports. First and 10 at the 43-yard line, back here in Vancouver, British Columbia. Justin Rosine and Jack Brown on the call. Snap to Pickler, and Pickler throws it, and that is out of bounds. But an 8-yard gain, Vencalia.
Still a good job, though. I'm surprised they actually got out, that Vencalia decided to go out of bounds instead of just keeping it inbounds and just trying to work the clock down. They want to try and make sure that Vancouver doesn't get two straight scoring opportunities.
Yeah, two straight, making sure Vancouver doesn't let London get a point here before they get the ball back in the second half. Here's the throw, and that one is out of bounds, caught. 3rd and 2, pass incomplete to Highwind.
Unfortunately for Fox Highwind, we may be in Canada, but we're not playing Canadian football. The field's only 53.5 yards wide, as opposed to 65 yards. And, well, it was a little bit too far out. Not good enough. 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 from the 35-yard line. And that ball is deflected away. They were trying to find Kalia, but all they find was the blue and green jerseys of Vancouver, Mark Lopez on the pass deflection.
Yeah, the secondary here for Vancouver looking like one of their Cascadian football comrades, the Seattle Seahawks, with their Legion of Boom on the deflection.
4th and 2 at the 25 and a punt from O'Donnell. Blackwell back to return. As this punt bounces around and is put down at the 6-yard line, 1st and 10 for Vancouver. And the SFL has partnered with Rare Drop Sports and Rare Drop Sports to advance live events and distribution. Live in-person championship weekends, rookie drafts, and community events are in the works. Check out the SFL regular season game right here on their Twitch channel every weekend, and follow Rare Drop Sports here on Twitch at, where are you watching? Twitch.tv/RD Sports.
I was going to say, you're watching them already. If you ain't following, why ain't you?
As handoff is to Redford, and Redford will get a 1st down and 10 at the 18-yard line, and I think Vancouver probably wants to maybe do a no huddle, maybe slow it down a little bit, but I don't know. It's Andy Hellman, the head coach here.
Well, I mean, again, they get the ball started the second half, so I can imagine they're wanting to go a little bit aggressive, but it won't break their spirit if they don't score on this drive.
As Brown throws it, and that one is knocked away. Looked like Brett Killing was the intended receiver, Blackman on the coverage.
Yeah, Blackman batted it down, and the other defender, who was kind of trying to hustle up there a little bit, wasn't quite able to do it. Almost a pick, though, for the Knights, which would have been huge going into halftime.
Yeah, definitely huge going to halftime. 2nd and 10 at the 18. I formation handoff to Redford, and Redford gets about a yard there for the off defensive line, including Blackman there on the tackle.
A little bit surprising there, Justin. I gotta say that they went with something so short after bombing it out so deep. I genuinely don't know what to expect from Vancouver on this 3rd down play.
3rd and 9 from the 19-yard line as they move the ball up a yard. Fakes once by Brown, 2nd time makes the catch there. That is Justice Blackwell there on the catch. As they switch up to the 4 wide receiver set here. And that one is a sack behind the line. Cam Frosby there on the sack of Brown.
Another Cam Frosby jump scare, and that looks like it's going to end the half here, Justin. Surprised that Vancouver didn't try and do anything.
Yeah, it's halftime here in Vancouver, British Columbia. The halftime score, Knights 21, the Legion 17. We'll look at the halftime stats here. 137 yards of passing offense for London, 146 for Vancouver, and not a lot of running yards between Merrill and Redford on each side, but it's been a good close game so far between these two squads.
Yeah, but the one thing that they highlighted there on the stats there, 14 of London's 21 points have come off of turnovers. They've been able to do a great job at exploiting Vancouver's mistakes during this first half. And for Vancouver, that's the real key here. If they can stop London, if they can just remove those mistakes from the playbook in the second half, they can really hunker down. Without those mistakes, it's 17-7. We're thinking about this ball game completely differently, Justin. This will be a very interesting second half, as these two teams are clearly on the same level.
Yeah, clearly on the same level, as this is a very close game. As Vancouver trying to spoil London's undefeated streak of 6 games, and London trying to go to 7-0 here on the season. As we even keep looking at the highlights here. And as we see the halftime, here's the chance to win 41-yarder on replay. And that made it 21-17. London still has the lead here at the half.
Yeah, but Vancouver does get the ball to start the second half. That was probably the reason why they didn't use any of their timeouts on that last drive. Even if it's a decision that I do disagree with, I can understand where they were coming from. And it wasn't like the worst decision in the world.
Yeah, not the worst decision in the world. And in the retrospective of this game. And today's game for the Vancouver Legion is brought to you by King's Coast Coffee. Premium small batch roast to order. Order coffee delivered right to your door. Delivering exceptional coffee to Legion fans in the United States and Canada. Use code LEGION and get 10% off today at kingscoastcoffee.com. As JT Delaney will get the second half started. And Justice Blackwell receives the kick at the 5-yard line. And Vancouver will start at the 24-yard line. As we saw an update here from Canton, Ohio, 17-10. Portland leading Canton over on the SFL YouTube channel if you want to check that game out. As Vancouver starts here, 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line in an I formation. Brown back to pass, and he throws a slant pattern over to Redford, but Redford is stopped there behind the line. 3-yard loss.
And that was a good way for London to announce their presence here in the second half. It's a one-possession ball game. They know that if Vancouver scores here, they take the lead, and so they're not going to be playing around.
Not playing around at all for London here. That's a 2nd and 13 from the 21. This time a handoff, trying the handoff to Robert Redford, and Redford loses another yard there. Lane on the tackle for loss.
And now it's 3rd and 14 for Vancouver. They're going to have to sling this one deep if they're going to want a first down.
3rd and I guess you could say, street marker here for Vancouver. Brown back to pass. He throws it. Oh, my goodness. Looked like they were looking for Curtis. He was kicked he was hit and he did a little rocket move before the ball was gotten to his hands.
Yeah. And it looked like Jack Russell, the safety, was all the way back there trying to make something happen on the interception. Unfortunately, not enough to get it picked off. However, for London's benefit, that might actually be good for them, as they're going to be able to return the punt here. And that might benefit them just that little bit more.
Kick from the punter on Vancouver's away, as Terrence Reed calls for a fair catch at the 44-yard line. And first drive of the second half for London here. First and 10 at London's 44. Handoff is to Merrill, and Merrill gets met at the line. Fields and Judas Sessi there are first men to meet him.
And in an interesting turn of events, Justin, where 38 points were scored in the first half, this half's looking a lot more defensive. These two teams are going to grind each other out. 2nd and 10 for the Knights.
2nd and 10 from the 44-yard line of London. Pickler gets a snap out of the shotgun. He throws it. And it's tipped away, intended for Callier.
And Dean Maddox with the touchdown-saving deflection. You saw there was no one around Vincalia. That was going to be a tutty if he had caught it. But Dean Maddox saves Vancouver's skin on that play and brings up a 3rd and long.
Correction, that was Major Key there on the deflection. Another, looking like another deflection, but that was caught. Going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown is Fywind.
And that, unfortunately, was the exact same route that was targeted towards Kalia. And this time, it does not work out for Vancouver. They're going to be conceding 6, possibly 7, and they're going to be down by 10 after this first exchange of drives.
As JT Tillany will come out for a field goal, for an extra point attempt field goal. Fox High wins 117 yards, 6 of 7 so far today in this game. As the 56-yard pass completes a 56-yard 3-play drive as the kick is up and good. 28-14, London over Vancouver, and the weekly SFL contest is officially up and running. Think you can draft the best team every week while staying under the salary cap, or maybe even just want to enhance your SFL experience? Free to play, no season-long commitment, and a new contest opens every week on Tuesday night. Join now and show off your fantasy skills to the rest of the league. Contact Jack Wall, Damon Hacker, or Hunter Norwood to join today. As Justice Blackwell returns it to the London 30-yard line, but that ball could be moved up on this penalty. Or moved back, excuse me.
And as if the start of this second half could not have gone worse for Vancouver, even on the kick return, they're now backed up from where they were supposed to be. And they're going to be right around their 15-yard line to start the drive.
Yeah, Vancouver backed up to their own 15, 1st and 10. Single back 3, wide receiver set to the bunch to the bottom. Brown back to throw. Throws it in. That one is caught. I believe that's one of the backups. Clements there on the catch.
Yeah, Clements able to get just enough yardage to make it a manageable 2nd down as Vancouver backed up that far. They were looking at the shadow of their old goalpost.
Yes, 2nd and 2. 8-yard gain from Clement. Shotgun formation this time. Brown gets the snap. Looking at the throw. He throws it, and that one is caught running out of bounds, making the catch. No, that is incomplete pass. Looking for Justice Blackwell.
Yeah, it looks like Brown just led. Oh, they're challenging it. They're challenging it.
Yep, they are challenging that play. Let's see this replay challenge. Anaheim throwing the flag here. Brown Throws it. Yeah, it's Brett Killen, excuse me. They're making the catch.
Should be in. You only need 1 foot in the Simulation Football League. And they're going to overturn it.
Yeah, they are going to overturn a first down, Vancouver.
Yeah, he got the foot down. I don't know really what else there is to say. Simple as they come. 1st and 10 for Vancouver.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line where Brett Killian dragged his foot out of bounds. Brown makes another throw, another catch made. Brett Killian there once again on the catch.
And the Burger King continues to move Vancouver upfield with those sorts of plays. He's been having a decent game, although not the focal point of this Vancouver offense so to this point.
2nd and 5 from the 34. As Brown throws it, and that one is caught. Making the catch this time is Justice Blackwell.
And Blackwell hauls it in and continues to move Vancouver as they're going to need something on this drive considering where they are.
As it's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Justice Blackwell 4 for 4, 35 yards in this game. As Brown is back to pass. Throws it in the flats to Redford, and Redford spins once, gets the first down. Dragging players all the way down to the London 42.
You know, London's thankful they are where they're from, because certainly, if they didn't have the NHS, they would have to be paying for all those broken ankles that Robert Redford caused on that play alone.
Yeah, Robert Redford, 44 yards on the ground, 27 yards in the air so far. As it's 1st and 10 from the 42. Another catch this time made by Walters, and Walters will get a 7-yard gain out of that. Or a 9-yard gain out of that, actually. 2nd and 1 coming up.
And that is Tony Roberto, the guy who got him from behind and stopped him from getting a first down. Nice job from him on the contribution.
1st and 2nd on a yard from the 33. An easy peasy lemon squeezy, give that first down to Robert Redford.
Simple run up the middle for Redford. And Vancouver, don't look now, but they're right within a chance to win's range.
Yeah, as we are on play 8 of this 56-yard drive so far. As Brown gets the snap. He throws it, and that one is caught. Catching that one was Justice Blackwell.
And Blackwell receiving one of those, what I like to call hospital throws. You catch it, you turn around, and then you hope whatever your insurance covers whatever happens next. As he gains a big one to the 15.
I mean, he's got that Chicago South Side insurance, I believe, so.
Oh, no.
As it's 1st and 10 from the 15th throw. Incomplete pass, bobbling it there on the pass deflection was Ewing.
And Ewing had a clear lane to a pick six in front of him. Just couldn't quite come down with it, was bobbling the ball up in the air. And unfortunately, you have to actually catch the ball. You can't just, keep bouncing it around.
2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. As Brown throws it, caught, touchdown, BK12, Mr. Reliable for Christian Brown.
And just like that, we are back to a one-possession ball game here, folks. Vancouver on the long and painful route just moves it down the field slowly but surely, and caps it off with another reception and another touchdown from the Burger King.
"15-yard touchdown pass to Brett Killian there. 10 plays, 68 yards on that drive. As the chance to win kick is up, and it is good. And it is 24-28. London still in the lead. And visit the SFL website, simulation.fl.net, for info about the league and its 28 teams. All the places you can watch live games, plus links to apparel from Sector 6 and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. See all the league records, team stats, player leaderboards, the rankings of the next SF class of SFL talent, and so much more. SimulationFL.net, your home for everything SFL. As Weary returns this ball to the 21-yard line, 1st and 10 there.
And now London gets their turn back. Let's see if they can continue, because they had a short drive, remember, Justin, to take the lead to 11. It was just that Vancouver took so much time to get it right back down to 4. And so London, let's see if they can whip out some more of their big play magic.
Big play magic, definitely. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Yeah, Vin Callie there on the intended the pass there.
He was intended, but Calibran Womack gets the arm up and gets the big lad deflection. You know, those are always some terrifying moments as a quarterback, because you never know what'll happen when the big man gets his arm up and is able to bat it down.
First and 10 from the 21-yard line. Pass is caught by Vin Callie, 1st down London.
And the perfect way to counteract a deflection is a big reception to the man who they were probably intending to throw out that last play, Vin Callie, who does a simple slant over the middle of the field. No one was really around him, and he does what London needed him to do, and he gets the 1st down.
As it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line of London. Shotgun straights here for Pickler. Pickler throws, and that one is caught. 1st down for London there. Highwind on the catch, or Callie on the catch.
Callie and Highwind have each been probably the 2 biggest contributors to this London offense. Highwind with 117 yards, and Callie now just a little bit over 30. Although Callie has been a lot less of the big yardage man.
As Pickler gets the throw off. 1st down. This time Church really makes the catch.
And right now, if you're the defensive coordinator for Vancouver, you got to be feeling frustrated right now, because you can see where London's going. They're kind of going on a simple kind of like back and forth, short, long. But it seems to be that whenever you try and play what you think they'll do, they do the exact opposite. It's unpredictable predictability. It's the worst type.
Yes, Pickler throws it, and it's in a crown. It's picked off.
And
Looks like Earl Fields the 4th with the interception.
And through the madness and the chaos of what happened during that play, Earl Fields was able to just reach his arms out, saw what was coming, and now Vancouver have been given a huge lifeline. They can take the lead on this drive.
Yeah, 1st and 10, Vancouver at the 26-yard line. Brown gets the snap. He throws long, and that one is incomplete. Wyo there on the block. Looked like Brett Killian was there, that we had intended receiver.
You know, I don't necessarily disagree with the play call like that, Justin. You know, they're back deep within their own end of the field. And so on 1st down, it can be worth it to just chuck it and see what happens. A little bit risky on the underthrow there, though, with Anthony Weil right there. He had the ball in his arms. Probably could have picked it off. However, luckily he didn't.
As it's 2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line. As Robert Redford will get a good 5-yard gain out of that one. It's 3rd and 5 coming up. Third and 5 from the 30. Incomplete pass there. Looked like he was trying to find Walters there, but all he found was turf, and that's a punt for Vancouver.
Yeah, he was hit as he throws, so that's going to throw your accuracy way off. Can't necessarily blame him for how that ended up. That's mostly on the O-line for not giving him that extra 1/10 of a second of protection.
Yes, Patrick is back to punt. Terrence really back to return. And it is blocked! And returning that ball for Vancouver, I believe it. Is that 1st and 10 Vancouver? Or?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Once the ball is touched, it's a live football. And so, in the weirdest way imaginable,
wait a minute.
This works out perfectly.
Nope, it's 1st and 10 London there.
Dang it. Yeah, oh wait, yeah, I think it's a dead ball.
Yep, dead ball spot there, 48
This is
yard
truly
line.
a horrible day in history.
Yeah, and we have a horrible day in history still as a look like Vancouver was drawn off sides there.
Neutral zone infraction, number 77, defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat, 1st down.
Yeah, Papatonis jumping early there. As we see Robert Merrill. 1st and 5 at the 43. In the I formation, Robert Merrill loses a couple yards there. Womack there, being the welcoming committee there, from preventing him to go back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 7 make that from the 45 this time. Formation heavy set. Hand off to Merrill. Merrill finds space there, and he's off to the races. All the way down to the 17-yard line for a 1st and 10. And, oh my goodness, somebody's down. Earl Fields, the 4th, is down.
And that's not going to be good for the Vancouver run defense. And also, for their passing attack, too, considering the fact that he did get that most recent interception. Let's see what happened here. Oh, it looked like he might have just fallen on his arm funny. Yeah, that's not good. Not good at all.
Yeah, not good at all. Not good at all. First and 10 from the 17-yard line. And another, oh my goodness, another neutral zone infraction there.
Seems that the Legion are kind of all out of sorts right now after that blocked punt.
Womack this time with the infraction. Another first and 5 after a neutral zone infraction penalty. Second one of this drive for Vancouver. Hand off to Merrill. Merrill finds space on the outside, spins around once and gets down to the 3-yard line for a 1st and goal.
And Redford keeps moving and grooving. He's been having himself quite a day so far. That should bring him just right about to 100 yards rushing on the day, 94 total, and obviously he's had 3 receptions for 25 yards.
Yeah, 3 receptions, 25 yards on the day for Robert Merrill. And off to Merrill, and Merrill gets met behind. Gets met there. Papatonis there. Papatonis there for the loss of a few yards there. Back of the 6.
Second and goal.
And off his Merrill. Merrill goes in the end zone. Touchdown, London.
And another way for London to extend their lead back out to 2 possessions here, Justin. As with that, they're looking to go back up by 11 on another big drive from the Knights, capitalizing off the blocked punt. And they're going to continue moving and grooving.
Number 3 is back for the point after.
Yes, TJ Delaney is back to kick this ball. The extra point here. As Delaney's kick is up, and it is good. It is 35-24, London.
Not even at the 4th quarter yet, and it's been an explosive game for offense here. If you're a big fan of offense, I mean, this is the place to be on this magnificent Friday night. SFL action all across the globe. And, of course, high school football kicking off here in the USA. It's a fantastic time in the football calendar.
That's Justice Blackwell. He turns it to the 23-yard line, 1st and 10 there. 51 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. I formation here, 20 at the 23-yard line for Vancouver, 1st and 10. And up it's to Robert Redford, and Redford will get 2 yards before he is tackled. And hyperextended elbow for Earl Fields IV. He will be back next week.
Ouch! That is a brutal injury for him. Fortunately, though, the SFL doctors are known for their frankly inhuman speeds at curing all known ailments. And he'll be back out on the field next week.
As Brown goes back to pass, he throws it in a nice flats pass there, caught bare by Justice Blackwell. It'll be a 3rd and 3 coming up. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. 35-24, London leads Vancouver. We'll be right back after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on Rare Drop Sports. Back in Vancouver, British Columbia, Justin Reside, Jack Brown on the call, on our stats team, Andy Hamilton and Aaron Gooden. Producing back at SFL headquarters is Cameron Irvine. 1st and 10 throw there in the flat pass to Robert Redford, and Redford will get a 1st down for Vancouver.
And Vancouver, who's been playing on the back foot all night so far, they've only been able to even keep it tied at one point during the ball game. And beyond that, it's been mostly the London night show. As London, this has been the game that many of the Knights faithful have been circled on the calendar, and they've certainly lived up to the task so far.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line for Vancouver. Handoff to Robert Redford, and Redford will get a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up. Yeah, and I forgot to say, put your 4 12s and 86s in the chat.
Oh, how could you forget it, Justin? It's one of the most important parts.
for 2nd and 8 from the 34-yard line. Flat pass over to Redford, and Redford will get knocked out of bounds for a 3rd and inches coming up.
Nice throw to the outside, but Emmanuel Blackman was able to close down on it just in the nick of time. Nearly got the first down, but just wasn't enough. 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches. 34, right at the 43-yard line of Vancouver. Handoff is to Redford, and Redford will get stopped behind the line, 4th and inches. The question is, will Vancouver go for it, or will they punt?
I think there's still more than enough time for them to work some magic. It would be silly for them not to punt, and yep, they're going to punt it.
Yep, they're going to punt it here. Patrick back to return, back to kick it. And Patrick sends the ball away to a fair catch called by Terrence Rearley, and we're able to have the London Knights start at the 22-yard line for 1st and 10. And APM Music is unrivaled music, bringing your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly fresh music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To a spoiler library and to find the perfect tracks for your project, visit apmmusic.com. 1st and 10 for London in an I formation. Handoff to Robert Merrill, and Merrill drags defenders with him, taking him 4 yards for a 2nd and 6.
And now for London, the answer seems to be pretty clear for what they need to do. Just keep handing it off to Robert Redford and just start milking the clock down. They have a 2-possession lead. And so if they want to win this football game, this is the way you do it now.
2nd and 5 from the 28. Fake handoff to Merrill. As Pickler throws, and that was caught. Going out of bounds there is Fox Highwind, or is Vincalia.
For us, they decided to go for the throw to the outside. Not really what was needed in a situation like this, but still not a horrible play call.
1st and 10, 37-yard line this time of London. Pickler gets the snap, throws in the flats to Robert Merrill. Merrill will get driven behind the line, at least a yard, loss of a yard there.
He took a step too far back and waited too long to turn upfield. That seemed to be the main issue on that play. Loses a yard and goes out of bounds, so the clock stops once again.
2nd and 11 at the 37 of London. Merrill under center here in this pro set, sponge formation. Another flat pass over to Merrill. Merrill this time will get a gain of at least 7, 8, about maybe 7 yards on that play. 3rd and 4 coming up. Third and 4 at the 34 of London. 43 of London. Pickler gets a snap. Looking to throw. He throws. And that one is caught down the middle there. Fox Highwind makes the catch.
The low ball throw works to perfection for Highwind, as there's just going to be enough room, and he slowed down just enough to make the catch. And now for London, they get to keep controlling the clock.
271 total yards of passing for Johnny Pickler. 23 of 31 has another pass is complete to Merrill in the flat, and Merrill gets 10 yards, even more. All the way down to the Vancouver 16.
Unfortunately for him, he stepped out of bounds just before he probably could have broken off for another 5 or 6 at the minimum. And London still keeping their foot on the gas. They're looking to really send a message to the SFL community tonight.
Yeah, look at that running by Merrill. The flat passes are definitely working tonight for London. As it's 1st and 10 at the Vancouver 16-yard line. I formation. This time a handoff to Robert Merrill. Merrill gets at least a yard there before he's tackled.
And now London's going to go a little bit more conservative, slow it back down again. Although don't be surprised if they try and throw another one either deeper to the outside.
2nd and 8. Ball at the 16. Merrill with another catch in the flats this time, and he'll get another yard to the 14-yard line. 3rd and 8 for London coming up. Third and 8 from the 14-yard line. Pro set. Pigler back to throw. He throws, and that one is picked in the end zone. Mark Lopez grabs it out of the reach there.
And there was a man open right in front of the end zone. That's who I thought Pickler was throwing to. But he was trying to go for Kalia. And unfortunately for him, that's going to send the ball right back for Vancouver. The exact lifeline the Legion needed to keep themselves in this football game.
Mark Lopez, 2 assist tackles, 1 pass deflection, and his first interception of the game here as Brown throws it to Redford in the flat, and he will get back to the original line of scrimmage of the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line. Pro set here for Vancouver, 3 wide receivers. Brown back to throw. Looking for Killian there, but he led him a little too far.
Yeah, just a little bit too far on the throw. But now Vancouver, they're going to really need to get this first down more than anything.
Yeah, I guess Brown's going to go for the gusto here on 3rd and 10 from the 20. This time a back set with the 3 wide receivers. He throws it. And that one is caught at the 40, looked like the 45. Chris Curtis makes the catch there.
And that is what the doctor was ordering. A laser from Christian Brown deep down the middle of the field to Chris Curtis. And that moves the chains once more.
Man, Chris Curtis, 109 yards, 4 receptions on 7 targets on a touchdown as Brown throws it, and that one is caught. Second and 7 here as Vancouver runs a no-huddle offense. And that one is caught by Chris Curtis. First and 10 at this time at the 31. Throws it again. Brett Killian makes the catch. First down. 2nd and 2 here. 8-yard gain. Brown gets a snap again. Looks to throw. Throws it. Cut there. By Brett Killian. 1st and 10 of the 17. Brown gets a snap once again. Caught there. Chris Curtis. 2nd and 5 from the 12. Brown back to throw again. And this time he is sacked behind the line. Crosby there on the sack. Crosby there is back. Third and 11 from the 18. Bound, back to pass. He throws it long, end zone, intercepted.
And
Emmanuel-
all this build up for nothing.
Yeah, a 2-minute, what I like to call the old, what Las Vegas did back when they played Florida there. First and 10 for London at the 20. Hand off to Robert Merrill out of the strong eye. Merrill looking at a 9-yard gain out of that 2nd and 1 for Vancouver, or for London coming up.
Yeah, and now London's can just settle into their 4-minute offense. Just start running the ball, try and clock it out. Because right now they're looking to hold on to a win, and a win that will certainly make London look like a title contender.
Yeah, 2nd and 1. London about to make that a 7-0 record in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. As Merrill gets the handoff here, and he will lose at least a yard out of that. 3rd and 2 coming up.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to take this one to the 2-minute warning. And after that, I expect to see them just trying to run it to get Vancouver to start using up them timeouts.
As Pickler comes to the line, slowly but surely they're letting it go to the 2-minute warning. 35-24, London leads Vancouver. We will be right back after this. You're watching the SFL. You're going to buy 8 p.m. music on Rare Drop Sports. Back for the final 2 minutes here at Kings Coast Stadium. Just on the side, Jack Brown on the call. I would like to thank Aaron Gooden and Andy Hamilton for providing our stats today. As Merrill gains back about a yard for 2nd and 2 on a timeout, Vancouver.
Luckily for Vancouver, though, they got the stop. That is what they were desperately needing. And they still have the slimmest of shots to win this football game.
Punt coming up from here. O'Donnell. Kicks it away, and Blackout from without his 35 will return it. Or 35 will return it to the 38-yard line for a 1st and 10. And tomorrow on Next Level Sports, Carolina and Tulsa both fighting for a playoff spot. Take center stage at 6:30 Eastern Time. Sunday, Indianapolis, fresh off its 36-10 demolishing of the V8s, takes their talents to Washington, D.C. to take on the red-hot D.C. Dragons. Live look-ins include Sioux Falls, Baltimore, and Los Angeles, Motor City. For a channel guide and more information about Next Level Sports, visit NLSC.com. As we have a touchdown for Brett Killian.
Burger King coming out in full force, bringing Vancouver right back in the game. And with the extra point, it'll be 4 points and an onside kick. Whatever onside kick is about to happen, it's going to be wild.
Yeah, wildness that was about to come after a chance to win extra point try. Oh, a 2-point conversion here. Hold on.
Yeah, they're trying to make it so a field goal will tie the ball game. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work as Redford is stopped behind the line. Crosby and a bunch of others there on the stop. So a 5-point spread here, and Vancouver a 3.5 underdog here, 57.5. Of course, our lines provided by Jack Zeta. onside kick is away, and London look at the ball. And it looks like it'll be maybe a few more runs and a couple kneel downs to end this one.
Just a little bit too high on that one. And now Vancouver needs to stop. They cannot afford a first down or otherwise it's game over.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And they stop Merrill for a 4-yard gain timeout, Vancouver. I formation here for London, 2nd and 6. From the 36. Handoff to Merrill. Merrill finds the edge he needs. Spins around once. Spins twice, and he's about to go possibly all the way to house. No! Drew Hamilton there on the stop. Timeout, Vancouver.
And had he gotten in, Liam would have been screaming, "Are you not entertained?" With a run like that to punctuate a gigantic win for this London team. Just wow.
Just insanity here as they go into the victory formation at the 4. As the clock will run down here as the first kneel down by Johnny Pickler begins.
Yeah, I expect just 2 or 3 more kneel downs, and that will do it.
As once again, Pickler will kneel down.
Should be about 1 more snap and we'll be good here. Looking forward to next week, Justin. The Legion, travel over to Buffalo, New York, take on the Queen City Corsairs, who've been a bit on a cold streak recently. Meanwhile, the London Knights are hosting the Seattle Nemesis, a team looking for its first win versus a team that's looking to avoid its first loss.
Yes, 1 more kneel down. As kneel down happens and the last few seconds tick off the clock, a 5-point win for London to go 7-0. And that will drop Vancouver to 3-4, 35-30. Knights defeat the Legion here at Kinko Stadium.
Yeah, Justin, and if there's ever been a time, if you had any doubts about the London Knights coming through this point of the season, you thought their schedule was a little bit too easy, well, I think Liam Crowder will certainly now tell you what more does he need to do, because this is the game that solidifies London, in my eyes, as a title contender. Vancouver, their only 2 losses up until this point have come against 2 of the top teams in the league by the narrowest of margins. And while you can say, yes, that London did also beat them by a relatively slim margin, even as is, they beat Vancouver more than by Vancouver lost to either DC or Baltimore. And prior to that final touchdown, it would have been more than both those two combined. London notching probably the biggest win in their franchise history to move on to 7-5. Also, this ties their best record. This ties their wins record in the regular season, Justin. Set just last year. You really can't sing the praise more than I already am of the Liam Crowder coaching here in London. A lot of doubts were said about him coming into this year, and 7-0, beating Vancouver in Vancouver. I really don't know how else you can really prove the doubters wrong.
Yeah, prove all the doubters wrong. All the pundits who believe that London could have been one if Vancouver were to beat him today, 6-1, but they proved them wrong again. 7-0. London continues on their roll here.
Yeah, and London, as I said, next week they will look to continue it against the Nemesis, who have had a rather slow start to their franchise. They have not won a game yet, and they're going to be coming off a bye next week, and imagine for them to win their first game against the London Knights.
As the player of the game is Fox Highwind, 6 receptions, 126 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 21 yards per catch. I've been Justin Reside, along with Jack Brown for Aaron Gooden and Andy Hamilton on stats, and Cameron Irvine in the production truck. You all have a good night and catch the conclusion of Ken and Portland on SFL YouTube.